What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna take the old Trans Am for a spin. This thing is almost finished, and by almost finished I mean like 99% done. Everything's back in it, runs good, drives good, and I mean it's not even been cleaned up really since the first time we cleaned it up. But I'll go over this thing front to back, show you how we ended up, and then we'll take this whole grill for a spin. So we'll start up front. You see the grills aren't in there because this thing is gonna go get painted. My uncle, I guess he's actually my great uncle, is gonna end up painting the nose on this thing, but we didn't put the grills in because those were a pain to get out, because this thing is actually like smushed a little bit from hitting whatever it hit. So after this gets all painted, work on that, put those back in, and then we've got the lower valance piece that we can get painted also. Put that back on, so the front of the car will be all dialed in and pretty much ready to go. Walking down the side, I mean, the outside we really didn't have to do anything to, as you guys know, but the inside was a mess. So this is the original carpet. Well, I don't know if it's the original carpet, but this is the carpet that came in the car after the flood. We scrubbed it, cleaned it up, give it a nice power wash bath, and it turned out really nice. You can see the seats, they don't have stuff growing in them anymore. Very little comes through. You can see it right there. We did not take the seats apart. Those have just been cleaned a couple times. We did not pull the foam out and soak them like we talked about. We're just gonna clean them as they seep through, and then at some point in time they'll have nothing to seep through and they will clean up and be nice again. You guys saw the gauges. They were nasty. Put a new set of gauges in it. They work. Everything on this thing works except for the radio. Obviously don't have a radio in it. The shifter is bound up. I think the cable that goes to the column is rusty, so you've got to kind of turn the column and move the shifter at the same time to get it into gear and get it into park. Those of you guys that have known these cars or worked on these cars know. Some of you guys don't know, the shifter cable actually runs through the column for the locking column mechanism. Could be for other things. I don't honestly know exactly what all it serves, but I know it locks the column when it's in park. And you've got to move the shifter and move this part of the column to get it into gear. But I mean, other than that, the dome light is hanging down once it gets grounded and a bulb put in it. But yeah, I'll turn the key on, show you. I don't know, you probably can't see the headlights, but oh yeah, you can. Lights, got turn signals. I think we even got a blower motor. Oh yeah. So everything that's in here is working besides the missing stuff that you see. All the lights and everything. This car has an entire new wiring harness. You can see the new harness creeping back there. We had to make a repair. The harness had some issues, and that was just a quick fix. These little stupid things that are super unreliable. So that's gonna get fixed with some solder. But other than that, this thing is clean as can be. We power washed it, cleaned it up really nice. Jack's still in it. The spare is somewhere because I had a spare. But yeah, not really much to show you back here. Under the hood, it looks a lot better than it did when it showed up. Didn't really paint anything. I mean, some things like these bars, clean the bolts up, but other than that, this is pretty much how it came. So this thing at one point had water up to about right here, above the carburetor, and a ton of water in the engine. Now you can't even tell. It's got a new Pertronic system in the distributor. It has new alternator, new starter, new complete wiring harness. That's front to back, even interior. And then just cleaned up. We took like sandpaper and a wire wheel to everything, made it all look nice. Wire wheeled all the bolts. These were a little rusty. Wire wheeled all those, made those look good. And pretty much just cleaned it up and got it running. You guys watched us get it running after we drained all the water out of it.
Look at that. That's some clear oil.
Salt water.
You want to give me the pan?
Here, Grandpa, take the either the pan or the bolt. You gonna be ready to put the bolt back in?
I can.
That's not the radiator. You guys drain the radiator?
Yeah.
There's a lot of it in there.
You gonna get another pan?
Shouldn't need that much.
Well, you oil and put the plug in,
Yeah,
huh?
get oil, let it run, let oil run for a second, then put the plug in.
Okay.
That's Florida water.
I tasted it, it's salt water.
It's cold too.
This is getting heavy. About the extent of working on the engine. It does have a rear main seal that's leaking. Actually, talking to the previous owner, he told us about that, and then as you drive it, you can actually smell the oil. So that's why he didn't drive it much, is because the rear main was leaking. So we aren't going to drive it much, but we will drive it. And then the damage that I was showing, or the damage that I was telling you about on back, was where they picked it up with a forklift and shoved the tailpipes into the rear panel right there, both sides. Other than that, she's a pretty good looking car. So it's getting late, sun's about to set, so we're going to hurry up, take this thing for a quick spin.
Flashback.
Finally nice enough around here to get stuff out and have the garage doors open and everything, and worked out perfect because the Firebird just got pretty much pressure washed all inside the engine bay, which we already cleaned, but never cleaned under the carpets, and she's finally getting the nice wash she deserves. Washed out all the quarter panels and everything. My dad's been working pretty hard on this thing for the last, heck, I don't know, probably close to a month. So we have, it's kind of messy in here. New gauge cluster, new radio. This is all the old stuff. And actually, he was struggling with this piece right here on his new cluster that he bought. It was rotted out in between, giving him huge electrical issues with that thing, and he couldn't figure it out. The entire wiring harness is fixed and replaced, but the new cluster, it wasn't a new cluster, it was a used cluster. It had one of these terminal boards rotted through, gave all sorts of issues. Here's the old radio. You see it's done. The old wiring harness. We got wiring everywhere. The seats haven't cleaned up just yet. Those are actually coming next. Here's the carpet we pulled out of it. This is the carpet that came in it. We just cleaned it, and it actually looks really good. So this stuff will actually clean up. We gave it one quick clean, so we're gonna clean it again now that it's nice enough outside. Console and everything else is cleaned up really nice. All the rubber mat that goes under the carpet looks pretty good. And then into the inside of the car, everything has turned out super nice. It's got new gauges in it. We've got a 73 Camaro parts car in back, and I believe they switched the column out of it. You can see how clean everything turned out. Still got a little bit of stuff back here. We're gonna end up, giving it another bath. This is only one bath, but it turned out pretty nice. Inside the trunk, he pressure washed it. It needs a good wiping down, but he ran the hose in the quarter panels, ran all the salt out of there. So here's the new cluster that he was having an issue with, but everything is good to go now. Blower motor works. we're doing burnouts up and down the road, and we got helicopters watching us. That's how we just got that last shot. Hopefully we got it. Throw this in the car. Oh, we got a car coming. We'll finish this up real quick. Guys, this thing is driving good. I've actually been in it for probably about a half hour now, and she has not missed a beat yet. Looks really good sitting right now with the sunset and the black marks that aren't from it. But this thing is running good. I'm very impressed with it. But we got a car coming, so I'm gonna jump in it and drive it a little more. I don't know if any of you guys have ever actually had to do this, but when you start a burnout in first gear and want to shift to second gear and you gotta spin the column, it's you got your hands full, that's for sure. There's the old black mark we just did. Not too shabby. Again, the oil on the road's helping it. Don't be fooled. Alright, so most of you guys are probably wondering what we're going to do with this thing. A lot of people suggest making it a fast build, running the 9s. And it's not going to happen. We've got our hands full enough as it is with as many cars as we have that we race. You will see it on the channel once it's totally finished. You hear that? I don't know what that is. But mainly this thing's going to be used as a neat little cruiser, and it is going to burn our tires down for our race cars. As most of you know, we race in the fast racing series. We've got to run on the exact tires that are on this car. We run the Firestone wide ovals. I think this has got Goodyears on it. Same tire pretty much. And everything we have is either got a radical engine in it, won't fit 15 or 14 inch wheels, and is a stick. So this is the only thing that's an automatic, easy on parts to do burnouts in this. It's not a radical engine, so it should do burnouts for forever. And we don't have to worry about putting strain on the race cars, because last year I learned the hard way that just trying to burn tires down and driving the car up and down the street with the orange Camaro is not good on it, because that is why I kept breaking rocker arms. This thing will be perfect for that. And then, you know, if you want to jump in it, and we've got car shows all over the place here in the summertime. Drive it to a car show. We might take it to the track. I don't know. Probably not. It's not anything wild. I would like to put it on the dyno, see if we can't get anything out of it. The only thing we're going to be able to do is do like timing changes. I'm not going to try jetting this carburetor at all. I have only messed with a quadrajet once, and the guy that was actually the car owner was who I was following tips and tricks from to actually get the thing running. We threw like rods in it. I don't even know if you change the jets, if that's for a wide open throttle. I would like to do that with this thing, and then I don't know, just drive it around, enjoy it, have fun. Most of our stuff is too radical to drive around. Most of our older cars don't run, to tell you the honest truth, but the other ones are just race cars, so we don't have much that we drive around and cruise in. It's like the 67 Corvette that Ryan races. We ended up putting a different engine in that, and that car should run high 11s pretty easily now. That's a perfect example of taking a car that was a perfect cruiser, and there's that noise again, and making it a race car pretty much. The thing's got 456 gears in it, runs on C12 now. I mean, it had like 332, 333, 336, whatever those come with from the factory, and it was just a pump gas, you know, original engine. Wasn't the numbers match motor, but yeah, we ended up ruining that car. So it'll be nice to have this just to jump in and drive and enjoy, take out for ice cream. All right, park this thing back in the garage. Nice drive for, that's actually the most I've driven. I drove it into town and back once, but I was probably out there for almost 45 minutes driving the thing, and she did good. So get the rear main fixed, which once we do the rear main, we'll do the tranny at the same time, because it's just got a Turbo 400 in it, and we've got a local guy that builds all of our Turbo 400s and our race cars, street cars, everything. So we'll have him go through that, And then, like I said, get the body painted up front and the back, and then just those little tiny miscellaneous interior pieces. And this thing will be totally finished. Don't forget, go to hpdepot.com. We've got t-shirts 20% off. This is the style, but this is a hoodie. We don't actually have hoodies. I only bought a couple. But hpdepot.com, get 20% off your t-shirts. They have the, I don't know if I can show you the back of my shirt or not. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the Camaro and the Corvette on them. Guess I'll have to GoPro on. So yeah, those are 20% off till we run out, and then we'll do something. We'll either buy more or come up with a new t-shirt. But yeah, that's it. So let me know what you think about the Trans Am. Those of you guys that said it was gonna rust away, it is still here, and it is not rusty yet. So if you know when it's gonna start rusting, just let me know. We're already rubberized coating the quarter panels, so that should help keep it from rusting, but I don't know. You guys that told me it's gonna rust, let me know when I should start seeing rust. And until then, we're just gonna keep enjoying it and having fun with it. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.